George and George Southern. I guess the one person that kind of ties it all together is Coach Russell, Irk Russell. I mean, what do you remember about Irk? And I think you had him come up here a couple of times to speak to your.
We did. Early on, we were very excited about learning about Georgia tradition, and you can't talk about Georgia football without talking about Irk Russell, Coach Russell, and you know, he was gracious enough to come visit us when we asked him to come and just talk about junkyard dogs, and he gave us a nice dissertation of where Gata came from, and that's pretty cool, and he made a great impression on us, and we you know, thankfully we videoed it, and we've been able to use it over the years as well.
Coach, technology is amazing that's entered into football nowadays. In particular, I hear about all kinds of sports medicine stuff, data that you guys have, GPSs, and all these things. How much of you, are you and the coaches paying attention to the data that you're getting out of these things? And I mean, just what are your thoughts about it?
I think we've got the GPS chips, or whatever you call them. You put them in the back of their jerseys. We got a little pouch sewn on the back of the jerseys, and we'll slip them in there, and then we can just gauge how many feet they ran that day, or how many yards they ran that day. Excuse me. You know, how fast, what was their top end speed, and then there's another gauge of kind of a workload, where the linemen may be, you know, a little bit different when they're just physically getting after people. And to be honest with you, we look at it every day, but this is kind of almost a fact-finding year, and you know, we really don't have anything to compare it to. But we are able to see. It's interesting. You'll see a guy maybe exerting more energy or running at top end speed more times than other guys, and you wouldn't think that by just watching practice. Sometimes guys are just more efficient in their movement. You know, they don't look like they're moving as fast, but they really are. Some guys maybe don't look like they're working as hard, but they really are. So you learn some things from it, and you know, in the spring we'll have a much better gauge of how much is too much in a practice and things of that nature. But that's what you try to learn from it.
Time for one more, anybody?
Coach, how's Keith Marshall? He was kind of limping around a little bit yesterday.
He was better. I don't know if he's not 100%, but he was a lot better today than yesterday. It was kind of painful watching him yesterday, you know, because he was hobbling around a little bit. But I said, when I looked at him today early in practice, you know, I said, you must feel better because you look a whole lot better. So he's getting closer to being ready, and I'm thinking he'll be ready to go. But again, it's different to go versus a scout team compared to, you know, going full speed in the game. So we'll see if he's ready or not. But he looks a lot better today. All right, thanks.